Well, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel after a long time away. We're in the kitchen. It is Saturday afternoon at about 2:45 on a sunny and cool afternoon. Now that we've got that out of the way, let me say hello to you all, to anyone who's managed to find me again. I've actually been away from YouTube, or away from making videos. I've still been watching some of your videos and commenting, which you may have noticed. But I've been away for about 6 or 7 weeks, and there was actually no plan to that. There's no real reason. It started when I got a really bad, I don't know if you'd call it an attack. I got really bad tonsillitis, and I waited about a week to see if it would get better until my children said, "For goodness sake, Mum, you need the doctor." So I got antibiotics, and guess what? In I don't know, a few days it was better. I was pretty weary. Like, it really takes it out of you when you let the disease just run its course, or try to. I just kept thinking I'd get better, which is what I always think. And, you know, at my age I should know better, shouldn't I? I should have learnt by now. Sometimes you have to give in and go to the doctor. Anyway, I did. And then, because I didn't feel like 100% for a while, I just didn't quite have enough energy to make a video, so I didn't. And as the time stretched out, it kind of gets harder and harder to come back. It's so easy, you know, not to make videos and to have extra time to do the things I've been wanting to do. So I've done some thinking while I was away, and I've just made a few decisions about how I'm going to organise my channel, sort of. Well, how I'm going to organise what I do in response to my videos. I think that's more what it is. I'll still make videos, because I know that once I've done this one I'll feel like doing heaps more, because I love talking to you all. I love knowing that you're there, and I love seeing your comments, so there's no way I'm going to stay away. It had nothing to do with the nonsense that goes on in the background of YouTube, because I don't know if I'm weird, but honestly I don't care about it. It makes no difference to me if people are being silly to each other. I really think I don't even watch those channels, and I just think it's all dumb, and I don't know. I don't even know what's going on. I just hear other people talking about it, and people saying they're upset and they want to leave YouTube because of it. So maybe I'm the weirdo, because honestly, I don't want to leave YouTube because there's silly people out there. It makes no difference to my life what they do. I think they're wasting their time, but that's up to them, isn't it? Everyone does what they want, and I think they must enjoy it or they wouldn't keep doing it. That's all that I can think of. So that had nothing to do with me not being here. It's just I've been working on a very special project that has been posted off now, and it might be a week or two before we see the results of that. If you may have heard talk of it, but I won't say any more because I don't want to spoil it for the mummy. So that's what I've been doing, and it's made me realise that when I respond to comments on my channel, it's actually a choice I have to make. Do I do the comments, or do I sit down and work on a doll? I don't have great blocks of time when I do nothing. There's always something I need to be doing, because I always have extra work to do, or I have a lot of emails to send. I have, you know, my family, you know, and I love to sit and do painting, but I don't sit down if I've only got half an hour. You know, I don't like that. Once I'm in the zone, I just want to sit there and work. It's just how I like to work, and I think a lot of us do that too if we make these babies. So yeah, I made some decisions, because I've come back very happily, but I think now that I'm back, I'm going to adopt what other people with big channels do. Now, I don't have a big channel. I have a little channel, and but I still don't have time to sit down. It usually takes me a couple of hours at least to answer my comments. And I know a lot of you think it's rude not to not to reply to comments, and that I agree with that. I mean, someone's taken the trouble to write things. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to read all of them, and I'm going to use that love button, which I haven't really used before. when YouTube first introduced it, and I started to use it. I'll tell you, because what I normally do when I reply to comments, I hit the like button and then write the comment. Write my reply, sorry, I'm not thinking properly, am I? And then when they introduced the love button, I started using it. Then I thought, well, I can't just love some comments and not all of them, because you know what I'm like. I want to be fair to everybody. I don't want anyone to feel left out. So then I thought, well, I'm not going to do that. What's the difference between a love button and a like button? I just thought that was just a very odd thing to do. So I just didn't ever really use the love button. I think I've used it maybe once or twice, I'm not sure. But I haven't used it, on all my videos. So what I've decided I'm going to do to take the pressure off me so I can still work on my dolls, because Tobiah has been waiting all this time to get some hair while I worked on the other project, and starting next week I'll start the hair on Tobiah, and then Tobiah will be finished. I can't wait because it's beautiful. I love the painting I've done on it. Anyway, sorry I digress again. As you know I do. People who have followed me for a while know I just ramble on. I don't have anything prepared, or I don't decide what I'm going to say. I just talk to you like I would to a friend, just sitting and talking, as you do. Except you guys don't get to reply, so that's why I keep talking, because there's no one to interrupt me. Isn't that terrible? Now, what was I saying? Oh yes, about the love button. So what I've decided to do, so I take the pressure off myself, is that I'm going to, of course, read all my comments, which I always do anyway, but I'm not going to reply to all of them. I'm going to hit the love button so you will know that I've seen your comment. But if you've asked a question or made a specific kind of statement that I need to respond to, I will reply. I think that way I will feel less pressure, and it will be easier for me to make videos, because I won't be thinking, how am I going to have time to reply to all my comments. So that's one decision I've made, and I hope that you will all feel okay about that. It just means I'll be able to make videos and sort of keep up with things. It was getting on top of me, and I didn't really realise it until I had a break. It sometimes takes that, just to step away, and then you can see, oh my goodness, is that what I've been doing the whole time? And no wonder I've been feeling under pressure. So yeah, that's one thing I'm going to do, and I hope that it will be okay with you guys. The other thing I've started to do, which is very unlike me, is that I've unsubscribed from some channels, and they're only channels where I don't have a relationship with the presenter. If we have some, something between us, like we talk back and forth and comment and reply and things, I don't want to unsubscribe from those channels. But I've been subscribed to over 450 channels, which is not sustainable. I have to cut it back, and I don't want anybody to be sad if I do unsubscribe from your channel. It's not because I won't watch them anymore, but I won't be commenting. I'll just be watching, and probably not every single of your videos, but I'll still be there. But what I think is that the channels I've unsubscribed from won't really even notice anyway. I'm just one person, and I haven't been interacting with that person anyway, so I think it should be okay. I like to support new channels that come along, but I have been doing that with lots of them, and then all of a sudden, they're not little channels anymore, and I think they don't need me. It won't matter if I'm not there. So they're the two big things I'm going to change about being on YouTube. One is that I won't be replying to every comment. Please let me know if that's okay with you in the comments under this video, if you're even watching. Well, I'm assuming you're watching, because you're there. Like, if you're not watching, you're not there, so you don't know. So yeah, just let me know in the comments if that's okay with you, that I'll just use that heart button, and I'll reply if you have a question, or something that needs my response. So let me know if that's okay with you guys, and also what you think about the stupidity of me being subscribed to so many people. Like, it sounds crazy when I say it. I was trying to keep up with 450 subscriptions. So that's just nonsensical, really. Yeah, okay, so that's sort of what, the background to what's been going on in my little pea brain for the last 6 weeks. There's been lots of other things happening, but I won't go back after over 6 weeks of my nonsense, because we would be here till next year. So I won't do that. I'll just start afresh from now, and I will say hello to you all, and a very great welcome to anybody who's just stumbled upon me for the first time. You need to know that I talk a lot, tell silly stories, show my babies, and also I like to show you the babies I'm working on. Tobiah is the one that I was working on before the one that I've just finished, which was a very special project for a special family that I just wanted to do from my heart to theirs, really. They didn't ask me. It wasn't a planned thing on their behalf. It was just something I wanted to do for them, and that's why it meant so much to me to get it done. Anyway, I did talk about that already. Now, as I said, it's Saturday afternoon. It's coolish, warmish. In the mornings and night times are really cold now. Now that, when I say really cold, I don't mean really cold on Canadian terms, or even wherever you get snow in America or England. This is cold on Australian terms. So for us it feels freezing. The days are still quite pleasant, well, very pleasant actually, get up to about 21 to 23 degrees C, which I think might be in the low 70s in Fahrenheit, I think. But that's sort of in the middle of the day. The mornings and evenings and even afternoons are pretty cool. It drops down to maybe 17 degrees, which, for people who are used to being warm all the time, that it feels very, very cold. So I'm going to be complaining in my videos from now on about being cold. So be ready for it, everyone. Now, let me tell you who you're looking at, and then I'll tell you why I picked today to come back on. These are my my twin A and twin B babies that I made some years ago. I made them as I had been making dolls for the last, 9 years or 10 years, whatever it is. And I was going to sell them, but I fell in love with them and I couldn't. So they're the first babies I've ever kept for myself, these two angels. So I thought I'd come back on with them. And they're wearing Winnie the Pooh outfits that I actually bought at H&M yesterday. I had to go and pick up a pair of sandals from my shoemaker, and I thought, H&M is just a short distance away. Why don't I just have a look and see what they've got? Now, when I say short distance, I mean I had to walk over to the lifts, go up 2 floors, and then go for a walk to the shop. So it wasn't like it was really that close. But I decided, I hadn't been there for about 6 months, so it was worth a look. And I was thinking, because I've got 2 of them, and I like to dress them in similar matching type things, but because this one, little twin A, where's my finger? There it is. Twin A is a boy, that's Jonty, and twin B is a girl, that's Pippa. I can't, I don't want to put them in identical clothes, which I'm not so keen on for my babies anyway. I feel awful if I have 2 sets of the same thing. I have done that with one of their things, which was some 2 little jumpers, knitted, what we call jumpers, pullovers. That's maybe what some people call them. So that's what they have that's identical. Otherwise, I think everything else is different for them. Different but matching. So I saw this set. It was 3 pieces, which is the velour, oh, goodness me, Baby Grow, all in one, that Pippa's wearing, which has got, it's in a cream colour, and it's just got outlines of Winnie the Pooh, and that his shirt is sort of coloured in sort of a grey brown, very light, and there are stars all over it as well. And then I added just a little light brown, or I'm not sure what you'd call that colour, creamy colour, no, it's darker than cream, like a coffee sort of colour bonnet, knitted bonnet in a mohair, very fine knit like I like, to her little head. And then Jonty is wearing the rest of the outfit, which is a side snap, long-sleeved baby bodysuit. Sorry, you can tell I haven't been talking about outfits for ages, can't you? Bodysuit, and it's got Winnie the Pooh on the front, and he's got his shirt in the same sort of greyish, brownish colour, and a few stars on there. And just let me see what it says. It says, "You are so precious to me." I don't think you can see that. "You are so precious to me." And then he's wearing the matching hat as well, which is like, it's got two little ears on it, like a little bear hat, and that's in a cream. And it's got Winnie the Pooh and stars all over it. And then I added some socks to his little feet so he wouldn't be cold. And they're just I don't know where I got them from. It says, "I love you, Daddy." And they're in cream and a very light brown bubble with the writing inside it. So that's what they're wearing. And it's interesting because they're both gender neutral, so they could be either gender, couldn't they? And you wouldn't necessarily know which one was Pippa and which one was Jonty. So I had fun doing that. And then, of course, as I'm setting up just now in the kitchen, because we are in my kitchen where I get the best light, doesn't really matter what's happening outside. I've got a big, let me have a look at it, it's a big, long fluorescent light. And it's the colour is excellent. The babies sort of come out looking sort of how they are. I mean, it's never that perfect, is it? But it's pretty good. I'm satisfied with how they look. So yes, as I was setting them up here in the kitchen, I thought, oh my goodness, I've got stars all over them, like Theme Thursday, which was that right? Yes, stars or cowboys. And then, guess what I found? I remembered I had this. Now let me show you in front of the camera. There we go. Can you see that? Beautiful cloth horse. And the fabric it's made of is in a vintage style, and it's got little cowboys all over it. They've got lassos and banjos, and there's a cowgirl there, and she's got like a cowgirl hat on, and the little boy has a cowboy hat on. And it's very cute, and it's a I don't think I even said what it was. It's a horse, and the background of the fabric is blue, and then the colours of the cowboys are very bright. They've got jeans on and check shirts. It's pretty cute. And there's a little tail, and it's got some wool for the end of the tail, and there's a mane made of light coloured cream wool too, and buttons to sew the legs on. And I'll just show you what the make is. I bought this 12 years ago when my first grandchild was born, who was Oscar. It's by Alan Rose Designs Australia, and it's got some red ribbon around the face. I don't know all the technical names of horses, but I suppose it's his face, and it represents the bridle, and is it called the bridle? You guys might know. Anyway, just a fine red satin ribbon and little ears he's got. He's just gorgeous. There he is, and he's got tiny sweet little eyes which are embroidered on in a very light brown colour. So that's my cowboy part of the contribution to Theme Thursday. So how amazing is that? I know it's Saturday, guys, I do know, but I hadn't planned to do Theme Thursday at all. I just realised I could. So there we are. That's a bit of Theme Thursday. Now let me tell you why I'm here. And that is because I got the most beautiful Happy Mail ever invented in the world, and I got that just a couple of days ago. I have opened it, but I put it back in the box so I could show you what it looks like. It's just beautiful, and you may recognise this box when I hold it up and show you, because Kimberly of Kimberly's Cocoon got one identical. So here comes the box. It's by Adorable Dolls, Raquel Caetano in Portugal, and then that's her label. And then on the ends, just like Kimberly's, it's actually exactly the same box as well. On either end it says Happy Mail. I had been to a meeting. Now it was Wednesday, today's Saturday, so I got this on Wednesday. I'd been to a meeting at the local council. I'm a member on their access committee, and that's a whole other story I'd love to tell you, but I won't today because this is going to be too long. And when I got home, this box was on the veranda, and I thought, I recognise that name, the Adorable Dolls. I think she's on Etsy. If you look up Adorable Dolls, you'll see these dolls. anyway, this was inside this parcel, just like that. And let me open it and show you, because I don't want to talk for too much longer. While I open her, I'll just say that I am aware that I do want to tell you all about how I got into reborning, and I'll do that soon. I have a lovely haul from Jamie Kay that I got maybe 3 weeks ago, and I haven't unpacked it because I wanted to show you guys, because I never do hauls, and so I thought I would this time. I got a brilliant sale, so I'll do that anyway next time. And then after that I'll do a video about how I got into reborning. I haven't forgotten. I've got a mind like a steel trap, I wish, and so I'm aware that I haven't done that. Now I'm going to cough, I think. Just a little tickle. Are you ready to see this beautiful girl? You may have seen Kimberly's, and mine is similar. Look at that face. Her eyes are embroidered. Isn't she just gorgeous? And look how the little sparkle in her eyes is done. It's a single sequin that's been sewn on just with a little bit of thread. You can see that one better, can't you? So she's got a lovely, I think it's just a cotton face. It's in a sort of Caucasian tone. She's got beautiful pink lips, cut out of felt and stitched on. Two tiny little dots for her nose, and giant big eyes. And they're a beautiful sort of aqua colour blue. And then she's got white yarn for her hair, and she's wearing a sort of hat in, I think that, yeah, in felt, in a creamy coloured felt, and she's got 2 ears on top of her hat that are crocheted, and they're in cream as well, and 2 pink cheeks. Forgot to mention the cheeks. Then she's got a crocheted collar in cream, and look at this fabulous dress. Look at that fabric. I might move her down here, see if she can sit with the babies and you can see her a bit better. I know she's tickling your face, children, but I'm sorry. We want to show as much as we can. There we go. So isn't she just beautiful? The dress is in a cream background, and it's got the most beautiful sort of light coloured teal mushrooms on it. All sorts of different mushrooms. And then it's got anteaters in a darker cream colour and with sort of some dark brown on their bodies. And I don't know who this little guy is. I don't know if he's a hedgehog holding a mushroom. But the colours, and there's just like mustard sort of coloured flowers as well, and the occasional bit of muted pinky red on some toadstools. It's just gorgeous. So that's the dress, and it's just a simple A-line dress that comes from her neck straight down, and then she's got on one arm is in that beautiful muted teal with little cream spot, tiny cream dots all over it, and this is the label. Maybe I should bring that back and I'll show you in a second. And then her other arm is just plain cream coloured cotton, and it says some walks you have to take alone. And then her legs are, one leg is the muted teal with the spots, and then the other one is plain cream colour. And she's just beautiful. Now let me show you this label, and then I'll tell you who sent this to me. Let me show you the label, see if you can see it there. Well, you know, all these things are a wee bit tricky with one hand. It says, adorable handmade dolls made in Portugal. I don't know if you can see that. Etsy shop, adorable dolls shop. It's called Instagram.com adorable dolls shop, Facebook.com adorable dolls shop. So that's her. That's who made this girl. It's actually come straight from her, and the person who sent it to me is our beautiful Melanie and Sparrow. Hopefully you know Melanie and Sparrow. They're from, her channel is called In The Sparrows Nest. And Sparrow is an actual sparrow, a bird who lives inside the house with Melanie. Melanie and her husband live on a farm, and it's a working farm. They have animals and beautiful plants, and they grow all sorts of, you know, food things, and it sounds wonderful. Melanie works very hard on her farm. And Sparrow lives inside. I don't know if he does go outside. Melanie never says. But she sent me this magnificent, absolutely brilliant present that I just, you know, it brought tears to my eyes when I opened it. She really did. I love it so much. I've thanked Melanie in an email, but Isn't she just beautiful? And she sent me this because she's kind. There's really no other reason. She bought my second last doll that I made. Gertie, that's right. She bought my Gertie. I made him into a boy and she loves him. He's called Lyndon Stewart and he's gorgeous. I mean, she sent me a picture and at first it just took my breath away. I thought, oh, what a gorgeous doll. Then I thought, oh, don't be ridiculous. I made that. Anyway, that's just, one of those instantaneous responses. So this is my beautiful, beautiful girl. And I was going to call her Melanie, but guess what? Kimberly called hers. She called hers Melanie. So I don't think I can do that. So she doesn't have a name. She's just a very loved girl here, living in Sydney, Australia now, all the way from Portugal. I hope you've liked her, liked seeing her. She's magnificent, isn't she? Just love her. I don't know how tall she is. She's probably about maybe 18 inches. Yes, I think so. And she's got that special saying down her arm, which I think is gorgeous. Some walks you have to take alone, it says. And that's just embroidered in that teal colour. Isn't that so clever? And then she's got a teal button holding her arm to her shoulder, and the same on the other side. Let me show you. And if I don't stop talking now, this is going to cut out. So I hope that I've remembered to say all the things I wanted to say to you. Luckily I'm not doing any more, but my next video I'll show you my Jamie Cahill, and I won't wait very long before I do that. I'll get it organised. It's not open, so we get to see it together, which will be fun. So everybody, I'm back, and I've missed you, but at least I've been watching your videos, so I know that what's been happening in your lives, and I hope that you're all okay. And if you've just stumbled upon my channel for the first time, you're very, very welcome to be here. It's lovely to have you. I'm planning, if I ever get to 1,000 subscribers, which doesn't look like it really will happen, but if I ever do, I'm going to make a beautiful reborn doll, probably a Laura Lee Eagles kit that I've got here. Not a tiny one, a proper one, and that will be a giveaway if I get to 1,000. So, yes, everyone, thank you very much, so much for being back with me, and I'll see you all soon. In the meantime, everyone, take care and be kind to each other. Bye-bye.